Hey, everybody, welcome to The Blacklist, the show where we interview the elite. And right now, we have my friend, Victor Valencia. Victor's been my friend for a long time. In fact, I've known him since kindergarten, and he's just crushing the video space right now. Like, he's probably one of the best that I've ever worked with, and I've hired so many people for my events when I go out and speak and do all that type of stuff. So I really wanted to make sure to kind of interview him, see what he's doing, see what he's up to, and we'll kind of take it from there. But, Victor, for people that don't know you, give yourself a brief introduction about you, your company, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, so my company is Valencia Media, and I focus on working with clients to create social media content as well as social media management. And that's what I'm doing now, but I've been doing video production since back in 2017, I believe. That's when we started doing it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now I'm really focusing on the video production side of things, but also introducing social media management to my clients.
Yeah.
It's specifically for clients who have don't have the time to put that time into social media. We kind of help them manage it and relieve it from their schedule. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing we offer for
And
sure.
and I think a big thing too that not too many business owners understand is like storytelling is so powerful in today's day and age. And you help with that, right? Like the videos that you create, the content that you create. Business owners sometimes they're just not creative, but you give them that creative space. How does that process look like when somebody's working with you and you want to tell a story with the video?
Yeah. So the best thing about it is the fact that once they hire us, they don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
They simply hire us. We create all the content, which means that we not only plan it, but we are actually scripting everything that they have to record.
Yeah.
We script it. They don't have to worry about anything, any of the creative process. They don't like you said, a lot of business owners don't know what to film. First
Yep.
of all,
Yep.
how to film it,
Yep.
or they don't have the time to post it.
Yeah.
So we kind of tackle all those things into one package
Yeah.
that really helps them just forget about it.
Yeah.
And we're there to do all the creative side. And the way we kind of tackle that is like we said, we plan things ahead of time. We have a whole team that's dedicated on not only copywriting for uh, posting on social media,
Yep.
but also a creative team that comes up with the ideas for videos that are not only effective but also tell the story of their brand.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's most important nowadays is really telling your brand's story.
Yeah, it's crazy because when I started doing video, it like a lot of things just kind of started changing for me, like perception, a lot of things that, business deals started happening because, the professional level of content that I was creating, and I think you do that for customers. And who's your ideal like avatar, the person that you're working with, that you're doing all this stuff for, what type of person or entrepreneur are they?
So as far as video production, I've worked with a wide variety of different clients. I don't really have a specific niche.
Yeah.
But when it comes to management, which is what I'm focusing a lot more on right now,
Yeah.
my ideal client is someone who, first of all, is their brand is big enough to where they need consistent content on their social media.
Yep.
However, they don't have the time to actually do it
Yeah.
because they need to focus on either growing or continuing to grow their business.
Right.
That's really my ideal client, the person who, first of all, needs to be on social media, maintain their brand, maintain their consistency in posting, but just doesn't have the time to do it.
Yeah. And what is the value of it? So for somebody that's like on the fence and they know that content is important, but they don't know if they should hire a company to do it and things like that. One, will it bring an ROI? Two, is it important for the business owner to actually go ahead and like pull the trigger on? Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so a lot of our main focus is brand awareness. It's
Yeah.
not specifically ROI.
Yeah.
While we do run ads sometimes for our clients, it's not our main focus.
Yep.
We do plan on introducing a system that focuses on ROI, but as of now, it's just brand awareness, and it's really just maintaining your online presence, being active, posting regularly is really important.
Yeah.
Not only for for people to see your stuff, but for the algorithm to pick you up and keep showing it to new people and potentially new clients.
Yeah.
I think that's the main focus, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I think the good thing about that, like brand awareness, maybe not directly, but indirectly for sure brings in sales because without brand awareness, nobody would know who you were, and it's just another form of marketing, like so people are getting that. One thing that I'm big on is quality of work, and I work with a lot of people, and sometimes I feel like they skimp out on some of the quality, right? Like I know when we work together. When I get the raw files, I get like hundreds of raw files. I don't just get like, a couple of clips or anything like that. I get hundreds. So I think, how do you, when you work with somebody, what do you determine, like, because you just have a great work ethic and the, process and everything. Like, how do you determine how much to give them, or, is it industry specific? Like, talk to me about that.
So for you, it's, I mean, when it comes to this podcast, I shoot a lot of the content for this podcast that you see behind the scenes.
Yep.
And when it comes to that, it's just really getting as much as possible. Some interviews are short,
Yeah.
some are longer, so it's really as much as possible. But when it comes to other clients, it's really hard to tell. It's really industry specific.
Yeah.
There's not a specific amount of content that I deliver. It's just as much quality content as I can provide. Because at the end of the day, I'm there for a specific amount of time, and I'm gonna give you that work.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna work for that specific amount of time and give you that quality of work that you deserve.
Yeah. Because I've worked with some people where they just kind of like, they take video here and there, they sit down, they watch some stuff, and then they take some more video, right? Because I think they have it in their mind, like, of a specific video that they're trying to capture. With you, I see you up, standing, doing, and not just with me, but like, just overall. And I think that's one of the reasons why you're growing. It's like, so how do you determine, or like for you and the team that you're having, how do you make sure to establish that within your business and not just, where it stops with you?
Right. Yeah. So to kind of answer that question, but
Yeah.
the last question, um, I feel like a lot of people, they think they got the shot, and in reality, when you look back at it, it's like, dang, I missed this, or I missed focus, I missed this and that.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I do is I'm never satisfied. So
Yeah.
I keep shooting and shooting. And while, yeah, that's more work for me in the editing room,
Yeah.
a lot more work sometimes. It's about finding that perfect shot.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why you get hundreds of files.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I do it the way. That's why I do it that way.
Yeah.
But can you ask that last question one more time?
Well, I think you answered it. I
Right.
think, yeah, you think you answered it. But I do want to go into like the social media side of things.
Yeah.
Because that's super important for a lot of businesses. I think both personal brands and company brands, and you work with both, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So, video is just one portion of it, which is great. We talked about that, a lot of the storytelling that goes involved, your work ethic and stuff. On the social media side, which I think a lot of people don't know how to do in general. Like you said, they don't know what to record. They don't know how to post. They don't know how frequent it is. The package that you've kind of created to help out individuals, how does that look like? Like, you don't have to do it from start to finish, but tell me why it works that way.
So I'll tell you why it works, but first of all, let me tell you why I created it.
Yeah.
So, back when I got started, I started doing videos for you, and at the time I was in college, I
Yep.
was doing college videos for them. But then I started actually getting clients that were paying me to create videos.
Yeah.
However, I never really saw those videos.
What do you mean? They just took the content or what?
I delivered the video, and maybe they would post it online, but I would see they would post at midnight on a
Oh,
Sunday.
I got it.
Um,
Yeah.
so that made me think, what is it? What's going on?
Yeah.
So obviously, it could have been, but I don't think it was the quality that I was delivering. I
Yeah.
think it was the fact that they didn't know how to take advantage of that. So I started thinking, how could I, help my client take it one step farther? And that's when I got the idea of, why not just post it for them? Why
Yeah.
not create that content, have it ready for different social medias, but actually just manage it and post it myself. So that way I know it's effective,
Yep.
and that way they keep hiring me because it's working.
Right.
So because of that, I've gotten a lot more repeat clients now
Yeah.
than before, where it was just like a one-off video every 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the main reason I got into it. And why it's important is because, like I said, a lot of business owners don't have the time to do it, or if they do, they're going to do it on their free time. Like
Yeah.
I said, when it's
And they
not
don't have free time.
effective.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if they have 5 minutes at 10 p.m., they're just going to post it
Yeah.
because, they're free. But that doesn't really do
Can I,
much.
can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I do that too, where
You
like
do.
you'll send me a video and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. I got to post it at like 7 p.m. And it like hardly gets any views, and I just leave it up there because I'm like, oh, fuck, people already saw it. But like, I know I should have posted it at a different time when people are available.
Right.
But you get so excited because like the video's so good that you want
Mhm.
to post it already. And I feel like that's the wrong way to do it. So it's better to,
Yeah, no, and I do that too.
Yeah.
Like there's times where I have like a video that I really want to show, and I just post it, but even I know that's wrong.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing it myself, and I know it's wrong. So I totally get where people are coming from.
Yeah.
But it's still, that's why I want to take advantage of being able to do that ourselves, where we're posting when we know it's going to work.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's powerful. Like just, because controlling the way that the information kind of goes out there in a way, right? When you do the scripting and the storyboarding, um, I feel like that part is kind of hard because don't you have to like know the client really well or what their goal is? Like, what's your process there in in that creative process to make sure like, hey, you're gonna record this. This is how it's gonna look like. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. One of the main things that I do is really ask for feedback right away, which is a little weird.
Yeah,
But first of all, I ask, what kind of videos do you have in mind? Send me a few examples of some videos you've seen that you
yeah,
want to replicate.
you do that. Yeah,
That gives me an idea of not only the kind of quality they're expecting, um, but that also allows me to kind of have a start.
yeah,
And I go from there because if they like that video, obviously that's something I want to replicate.
yeah,
So that's how I start off. And after that, if I notice something isn't working, then I sit down with them and I let them know, hey, this isn't working. We need to start changing things a little bit,
yeah,
to your brand,
yeah,
and start your brand so it's recognizable. And I think that's kind of how one step at a time.
yeah. Two questions for
Yeah,
you. One of them is more of a technical question.
sure.
What's harder, the the lighting, positioning, and doing all that stuff, or post production when you're editing the video?
Lighting for sure.
Yeah, because I remember like it. Sometimes it takes a while to get the lighting done. And why is that the hardest part?
So lighting is very difficult because you could honestly be filming on a really cheap camera and a
Yeah,
really cheap lens, but if you have amazing lighting, no one's gonna notice.
yeah,
Especially nowadays, your phone is honestly good enough for a majority of the content you're creating online.
yeah,
It really is.
yeah,
But lighting is what determines how good that video looks.
yeah.
In contrast, you can have the best camera possible if there's no lighting. For
It's
example,
true.
this is amazing lighting. If you have no lighting, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I've been, a victim of that too, where I'm just like, I have a really good camera, and I start recording, and I'm like, God damn, like, why doesn't it look
Something's
like?
wrong.
Yeah, I'm like, why doesn't it look like the videos that he does? And it's because you put a lot of time in the lighting and the positioning and stuff like that. Another question, which has nothing to do with the lighting or anything like that, but what do you do when a client, I'd say like, I'm not saying this to be mean, but like when they have no personality, when they're monotone, when they're on video, when they're talking like this, like how do you help them? Because ultimately, that's what's going to come out in the video, right?
Yeah.
And you have to put music in the background, whatever. Like, what do you do there? Do you kind of step in and be like, "Hey, step it up a notch," or what?
Yeah. So a lot of the times, I don't do scripted videos as much anymore
Yeah,
because first of all, people just they're not actors. They,
yeah,
they don't know how to
that's
they
true.
don't know how to read off a screen or a teleprompter.
Yeah,
But what I do is I just talk to them. It's more of a conversation similar to this where we sit down. They're talking to me. I'm not on camera, but they feel more comfortable and their personality kind of comes alive.
yeah,
So that's my number one technique. My number one is a lot of B-roll.
yeah,
Only the main clips is where they show up on camera.
yeah,
Everyone's different. Um, but not only that, but we also offer a variety of videos. It's not just them on camera. So we
right.
can do a lot of voiceover videos. We can do an
Yeah,
actual commercial. We could do a variety of type of videos
yeah,
and content. So where it's not always them on camera.
right.
About that, actually, I had someone who was really bad on camera, and they're a really long term client, and
Yeah,
now he's amazing.
yeah,
I show up and he's excited to be on camera, and he just nails it every time. But in the beginning, he would either always look right at camera and just kind of stare, or just be really awkward about it.
right.
And it's just something they improve. So while yeah, not everyone's the best, they'll definitely improve, but there are ways to kind of work around that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. One more question about the actual video process.
Sure.
Like you said, there's voiceovers. There's the one where you're actually speaking on camera. There's, a ton of stuff. And, most people think like, oh, you just have to be on camera to create videos. That's not true. I've done a lot of videos where I'm just, speaking. And then like there's clips, B-roll, a lot of my videos right now on social media is just that,
Yeah.
So how do you determine what type of video a company needs? Because there's so many different types.
Yeah. So like I said, I work with a variety of videos. So
Yeah.
if someone doesn't for if someone for sure doesn't want to be on camera, then I kind of work around that. But the way I determine is see what works. So you start posting a variety of videos.
Yeah.
Whatever gets the most traction, that's working. That's what we focus on.
Yeah.
So I don't go in thinking, okay, this is all we're gonna do. This is what I'm offering you. This is what we need to do.
Yeah.
It's testing. It's always testing. So if one video doesn't work, oh well, we kind of go get over it
Yeah.
and start doing what is working.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? That reminds me, like the videos that I like the best, don't perform the best on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I'm noticing that a lot of videos where I'm actually on camera or like maybe it's not as like professional get a lot more engagement than the stuff where it's like I feel like, oh my gosh, this is so high level production and stuff like that. Why do you think that is?
So the reason for that is because not everyone has your taste.
That's true.
So
That is
you
true.
just because you like something doesn't mean someone else is gonna like it.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, when it comes to like B-roll videos that look amazing, or
Yep.
not everyone's gonna like that. I
Yeah.
mean, your following might not like that,
Yeah.
and that's just what it is. But if you sit on camera and talk to them about something they care, or something that is actually, knowledge that gives them knowledge or educates them,
Yeah.
or just something they like in general, it's gonna be way more effective than this amazing video that you maybe put 10, 20, $30,000 into.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's really about figuring out your following and
Yeah.
who you want to, the people you want to attract. So you kind of gotta give up your not your expectations, but give up sort of what you like,
Yeah.
and focus on what your, first of all, clients or your followers want.
That's so true. Make
Mhm.
make it more of a business decision versus a personal, this is what I like decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's powerful. Awesome. So, where can people find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, valencia.media. I'm also on my website, valencia.media as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm working on getting .com, but it's a little complicated. And then on Facebook, Victor Valencia, you can find me on there, and you can follow me on there. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Alrighty. So I booked the wrong reservation.
What do you mean, wrong time or?
No, I booked Fuhu.